Hey, what's up everybody? Johnny Sep, Project Sep, day 7. It is about 1:30 in the morning. Today was a great day, a long day, but I'm not really that tired. I feel like I could have probably gone longer, but didn't want to. I wanted to come home. Started my day this morning at about 10 a.m. Played all morning, took like a 2-hour break in between, and then came back and played through the night. Played No Limit Hold'em today, actually, instead of my normal stud game, but I wanted to mix it up. I wanted to try and put something together. Played in the game this morning. Sometimes I have days where I just run great and flop straights, flop sets, my overpairs hold. Today wasn't one of those days, but it was a good day for me to find spots and exploit them. This morning I found this, or I got sat at this table, and there was an older woman at the table, but she wasn't like super old. I mean, when I say older woman, I mean like mid to late 40s, and she was probably hot shit at some point, but she still like dressed and acted like she was 19. And the table was full of a bunch of younger guys, and this woman was a super calling station. But what nobody was able to pick up on is that she was folding almost every river if she missed, but she was calling down whatever on the turn. Like for instance, this kid shoved on her on the turn for like 180, and she called with just ace jack high. So everybody was trying to take down pots from her because she was like great action, but they were going about it the wrong way. So I started triple barreling her constantly and just picking up extra value on the flop and turn just to get her to fold the river regardless of my hand, and it worked like 9 out of 10 times. I wound up winning 550 early. Took a break, got something to eat, just kind of kicked around for a while. Went to both casinos today, actually. I was at Foxwoods, and stayed there through the night until about 5 o'clock-ish, I guess. I'm not really sure exactly what time, but about 5 o'clock-ish, and wasn't really anything else happening, so I decided I was going to take right over to Mohegan Sun just to see what they had going on, and I went over there, and they actually had some great stud games going. There was no 1-5 stud. It was completely gone, so everybody was playing up. They had 5-10 and 10-20, and I looked at one of the 5-10 tables, and this guy I know from Foxwoods, he used to be a 10-20 stud player back in the day, and then he was a 20-40 Hold'em player for a while, and I saw him sitting in a 5-10 stud game, and he had like almost 3K in front of him, which is super uncharacteristic. So I watched the games for a little bit, and they looked super soft, so I played a little bit there, and nothing crazy happened, but so I bounced to another no limit table, and I wound up running up from there. My big hand was I flopped an open-ended straight draw and was getting a great price, and smashed it right on the turn, and wound up having a kid flop who had flopped a set, and another kid flopped top and bottom, and those two were going nuts, and I was just kind of along for the ride on the turn, and then was able to get a big bet in so on the river. So anyway, at about 6:45 I was up 900, and I decided I was just gonna, I still felt like playing, but I just didn't want to play in an Olympic game. I didn't want the swinginess of it, so I decided I would play in the tournament. Played in the tournament. It was an $80 buy-in tonight, but it had a really good structure, actually. Foxwoods should take note of the Mohegan structure, because they had like a lot of the missing levels, like 75, 150 and stuff, and it was a 20-minute blind structure. So I like the structure. I wasn't crazy about the buy-in amount, but I was just kind of looking to still play a little bit, and I also wanted to keep an eye on the room, see what was happening. So I went up playing in the tournament. Did really well, actually. I should have gotten busted when we were 13-handed, but a guy completely misplayed aces. He min raised pre-flop and then checked down, and then called a value bet, just flat called a value bet that I made on the river. And I thought I was value betting in a good spot for value with just top pair, but apparently he had aces. It wasn't that great of a spot for value, but so I lost that pot, but it should have actually theoretically been worse. He should have gotten most of my chips in on the flop. So the tournament was paying 6. When we were 7-handed, we decided to make an adjustment to take 20 off of each spot and pay that to 7th. I didn't object. I had like 4.5 bets, so I was the short stack, and everybody else seemed to want to do it, so I was fine with it. And I wound up busting the very next hand after we made the deal for a $60 profit in that, and then hung out there and talked to some kid I ran into who I knew, and then just came home. So I'm probably going to start playing more at night. I think it's going to be better for us, and I got some goals that I was thinking about today. A short-term goal would be to, before the halfway mark, have everybody who invested in me have 100% of their investment back and be on a free roll for profit throughout the remainder. I think that's a pretty attainable goal and shouldn't be a huge deal to accomplish. It's not like I'm saying, hey, I want to win 50K in the next 45 days, but it's super attainable, I think, and that's what I'm going to shoot for, and see how it goes. Sorry, I'm talking a little bit quiet. It's late here, so I'm kind of just in the stairwell doing this, but great day today. I feel really good about it. I hope tomorrow's more of the same, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.